Hey there, how are you? I hope you're doing great. This is the Etched Peonies, and I haven't gotten to use it yet, so we're going to do that tonight. Let's see if I can get this thing going. So I've got this surface here. Let me see if I can show you. That I got from Hobby Lobby, okay? I bought like 2 or 3 of these whenever I saw them available in the clearance section. So this has a tag on it for $6.49. The original was $25.99, y'all. And I think that's pretty darn good to get that much off for a surface. Let me see. So I've got a sanding block here. Hi Denise, how are you? Now this is not like rough or anything, but I am going to just sand it a little bit. This is a 220 grit sanding block. I'm just going to sand a little on the place where the words are, okay? Because I don't really know what this is. It might be like screen printed. I don't think it's vinyl. But I have found that if I don't sand it at all before I start, that there will be kind of a ghosting effect that will come through even if I do dark paint. Okay, hey Lisa, how are you, love? So I'm gonna just wipe that off with a baby wipe. And then make sure I got all of that off of there, which there's like dirty stuff on there too. Might as well have another baby wipe. Hi Phyllis! Wipe off my hands. And then I'll dry this real quick. I'll just use my fuzzing cloth. Oh. Alright. I'm going to use the microfiber side of my fuzzing cloth. Get this real good and dry. Hi Deborah, how are you, love? And I think we're good. Now, it didn't really do much damage to the words or anything, which is fine. I just wanted to make sure that it's nice and smooth, okay? So, well, it's great to have you here tonight. Thank you, Lisa. Hi, Patty. How are you? This is Maui Sand. Again, this Folk Art Home Decor Chalk Paint. Okay. Y'all, I'm a mess today, okay? Look at my new shirt, too. Isn't it so cute? I have a friend that has this boutique, and I bought this shirt from her, and I love it. I got 3 new shirts from her shop, and it is so cute. All of them are so cute. A little bit out of my style, right? Like what I would normally wear. But all 3 of them are. The other 2 are even more out of my style than what I would normally wear than this one is, but they are all so cute. So come check me out so you can see my new clothes that I got. All right, so we're just using this dark gray to go over this. I was thinking that this might be a good little piece of decor to put up in our guest room. I have not hung anything in there yet, and I've had this like, so whenever we first moved into the house, I don't know, probably a couple weeks in, I went over to Hobby Lobby and I bought some wall hangings because if y'all remember, I sold all of this stuff on the walls that was in my old house whenever we moved out. So all of it stayed with the house, and so I had nothing really except for like family photos. So I went to Hobby Lobby and I got a bunch of stuff, and I didn't want to get like stuff with words on it or anything like that, or like, I don't know, anything in particular, right? But I was very drawn to the floral stuff. So I got a bunch of different flower prints, which, if you know me, that's kind of weird because it's out of my, what I would normally buy. Dozer, go. Go. Y'all, he's like gonna knock over my thing and I'm gonna be real mad about it. And then you're gonna see how dirty this room is. Dozer, get out of here. He's so bad, y'all. He's good boy, but he drives me nuts. Hi, Lucretia. Hi, Tammy. How are ya? Welcome. All right. Now, I can see this, the writing that was on here coming through a little bit. So, it's probably not noticeable, like, normally, right? But I know it was there, and I can see it, probably because of the angle and the light and all that. So I am going to go over it one more time, and hopefully that will cover it. Hey, Joanne, welcome. Hi, Cindy. How are you? Thanks for joining me tonight, y'all. So you can comment the word flower to get the stuff that I'm using tonight. And I think you're going to like this project. I'm really excited about it. A little bit out of my norm, but I love this peony. And you know, I just love all of the etched flowers and etched everything that we have, all of those designs. I love them so much. All right. Now I'm gonna dry this a little bit. Yeah, I'll do that. Like side to side, I assume. Yeah. All right. So I want to make sure that I get it completely dry in between coats. And you know what I might also do is after I get done doing the gray, do a dry brush with white. And that might help disguise it a little bit too if we still are having an issue. I know I made a sign from one of my friends a while back, like a couple of summers ago actually. I had made this porch sign for our back porch at our old house. And my friend saw it and she loved it, and so I made her one. And I had used this sign from Ross that I had found just randomly. And I'm looking at it, it looks great, everything looks perfect. And then I look at it like at a certain angle, it's like sitting in my craft room, and the lights in there are super bright, and I'm like, I see one of the words. And like I said, probably no one would have noticed it, or if they did, they would probably think that they were imagining it. Because it was painted black, you wouldn't have been able to tell. Dozer is so nosy, y'all. I think he's tired and ready for bed. Get out of here. Go. I swear to you. Anyway, I think he's tired because he starts acting like he's insane. Hi, Sue. Whenever he's tired. Like, he won't lay down. He won't relax at all. He just, like, wants to play, and he's, like, aggressive with it. So anyway, yeah, on that other sign, you could see it, like, just in the right light, even though it was painted black on the background. And I don't want that to happen here. So we're going to try one more coat, and then if we might still do whitewash, or like a dry brush with white over it, because I think that'll look nice on this gray. And then we're going to do the peony with a bunch of different pinks, okay? Again, you can comment the word flower, and with that link, you will get the free Creative Kickstart, okay? And if you're a club member, you'll get that free extra transfer added onto your order just by clicking the link and checking out with the link that I provided, because it hits that $75 threshold exactly. And so that kit altogether is like $58. It's worth $58, but it's entirely free this month whenever you spend $75 on my website. So honestly, even if you've already gotten one, it's a great deal, and the bag is really good. It's a canvas bag. It's a nice bag. It's got good pockets. It's nice and thick, and it's a big one. It's perfect for like a pool bag. In fact, I was gonna take it last week whenever I was going to the pool with my friend. I was gonna take that bag, which I did take that bag, and then I didn't end up going to the pool. But I had a big old beach towel in there, all my sunscreen, a big speaker, all different kinds of stuff in that bag, and it still had room. Snacks. Can't forget the snacks. All right. Now, I think that's helping some, but down here I can still kind of see one of the letters, which is okay. We'll go ahead and dry brush after we get this thing dry with a little bit of white, and I think it'll look fine. You won't be able to tell. No one besides me will ever probably know. And you, all of you. I think it has a lot to do with the super bright light too, which I have obviously I have my ring light on in here to brighten it up. And so that guest room is not going to be that bright. Sorry to like itch my nose in front of y'all. It was itching. Hi Sandra, how are you? Yeah, I actually do have a baby gate, but I don't know if he would respect the baby gate. I need to try that. Because it does warm up in here a lot with the light on, with this light on, and you know, while I'm live, I end up getting hot. I can't be closing that door, that's for sure. Yeah, that is a good idea, though. I do have one somewhere. I don't know where anything is. It's probably in my garage. I feel like a few random things are still like misplaced in my life here. I don't know where things are at the moment. Okay. Now I'm going to dry this one more time. We will dry brush it. And okay, I had a brush. I knew I did. Hi Janelle, welcome. All right, let's dry it real well. Make sure it's entirely dry. We will use a dry, clean brush with a little bit of white paint. And then we're gonna wax. Definitely need to wax this one, okay? I don't wanna be going and pulling up any of my paint. So I just love the clearance aisle, and sometimes it's multiple aisles at Hobby Lobby. It's the best place to get big surfaces like this one. This is perfect for 12 by 18. And like random stuff, I buy all kinds of different signs there, wooden signs and stuff like that, that have random things written on them that I don't care what it says on it. I'm going to just paint over it. It doesn't matter. I'm sure they look at me like I'm crazy whenever I'm checking out with like 5 or 6 of the exact same item, but who cares, right? I don't get 5 or 6 of the same item, but a couple of them. I bought 2 of these. I think I bought only 2 of them. I already used one of them. But I mean, why not? At $6 each, you couldn't have, this thing was $25 retail. And of course, never buy anything that's not on sale at Hobby Lobby anyways, because all their stuff goes on sale every other week. But still, the fact that I got it for $6 and it was listed for $26 or $25.99, I think. Pretty good deal. Alright. I have just a few more little spots that I can see are still wet. And like I said, I want to make sure that it's entirely dry, so that we can dry brush with some white. And so whenever I put down my transfer, it's not going to pull up wet paint, okay? So, I do try to do as thin of coats as possible, like, and let each paint coat dry in between, okay? Yeah, there's still a couple little... thinking I'd come on here early and pre-paint this. Well, I was thinking about pre-painting it before I started my live, but what's the point of that when I can show you guys how easy it is to transform anything from anywhere? I swear, you could go to the thrift store One of my favorite places to check out is Goodwill, because you can find so many things there. Yeah, so that looks pretty good, okay? At an angle, I feel like I can sort of see, but it's not that bad. I do. Hi, Tristan. How are you? It's been so long since I've seen you. I'm happy to see you on. All right, this is just that white chalk paint. It's the same Folk Art home decor paint. I'm just like getting most of it off of here, okay? Hey Tina, welcome. Hi Shirley. And then I'm gonna just go and really, I'm gonna use my color tray to get more paint on my brush, okay? And just as little as possible. I don't want to put a bunch on here, okay? I am so happy you're home too. Always good to hear. Someone make it home safe. Okay. All right. I just need a little bit more paint, y'all. Just the tiniest bit. My goodness. There we go. All right, so I think we're good to go. And now that, if nothing else, hides that there was something on this underneath this, then that will, okay? There is a hanger on the back of here, so I want to make sure that I keep it right side up. All right, now, this is the etched peonies. We are going to wax real quick. I know, it's so pretty, isn't it? I love this one. I think y'all are going to love it too. Yes, we're going to wax all over, and now this transfer is not going to fill up this whole space. But I still am going to wax. I still am going to fuzz my transfer really, really well. And just make sure that whenever you wax that you buff it out really well so that you don't have like chunks of wax on your surface. Where's my, here we go. All right, so I'm going to take my transfer off of here, and all I'm going to do is just roll a little bit off. And then, like that, okay? That right there will save you so much hassle and heartache and fear, a little bit of terror, okay, at potentially sticking this transfer to itself, okay? So now you have it and there's no fear, okay? You don't have to be afraid of it. Now, even if you did stick it together, just get yourself a little bit of water, take it to the sink, and go run it under some water and unstick it from itself. The water just kind of lubricates it, and it'll make it a lot easier to pull apart, okay? But if you start it like this, then you shouldn't have an issue, okay? Now, here's what I'm gonna do. I want to line this up right in the middle, and I would really love for it to be straight the first time, so we'll see how well I did. I think that's pretty good, actually. I am shocked that it is actually looking like it's on there straight. Now, I do have, oh, that's just a bubble. Okay. Now, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna push this whole thing down. I feel a spot right here where there's like something underneath there. Okay, make sure that you have a pair of tweezers in your craft room. That'll help you get any like little lint or fuzz or anything like that off of your transfer. Hi, Rach. How are you? Might have gotten stuck to it from your fuzzing cloth. Okay, so that looks pretty good. I know it looks like there's a big like ripple right there, but it's just the paint underneath. So here's what we're gonna do. I have 3 colors here. We're gonna use Couture Coral, Raspberry Sorbet, and Shimmer Flamingo. Okay, I'm gonna open all 3 of these. And now that I'm saying this out loud, I'm hoping that I have 3 stir sticks over here that I can find. I don't know. Yeah, I do. Look, I have a bunch of stuff in this little bowl over here that's just like waiting patiently to be used. We need 3 stir sticks for 3 colors. Oh, that's a great idea, Joanne. I love that idea. Blue painter's tape. On the sticky side, just pull it right up. All right, now I'm gonna just take a little bit of each of my colors, and yes, that is correct. We're gonna do Hot Mess. I love this technique. I think it'll be perfect with the gray background with these pinks. Now I'm not doing anything special for the green, okay? Like the leaves and the stem. I'm going ahead and I'm moving forward and pretending like it's supposed to be pink also, okay? Because I didn't think about it before, and it's fine, okay? It'll be fine. Now, I probably want to... I was a little bit concerned that Shimmer Flamingo might be too close of a color to Coral. And I'm thinking maybe I was correct, but that's okay. We're gonna go ahead. Hi, Anita. We're almost done. Give me 1 second and you will get to see the reveal. So I have a mini squeegee, a small squeegee here. And I'm actually trying to mix that raspberry sorbet in as I pull it so that I get that nice like purplish effect in here and not just pink. Now, doing Hot Mess is guaranteed to waste a little bit of paste, but the effect turns out so cool that we're just gonna have to do that. It's okay. It's not gonna hurt us, okay? Now, just going back over, making sure that I got everywhere, okay? And I'm really not pulling up all of the paste, but you can see I do have quite a bit left over. There's nothing I can do about that. Because, you know, it's always guaranteed that I'm either on Hot Mess, I don't have enough paste on my surface, or I put entirely too much. So I'm a bad judge on what's enough. Oh, it's so easy, Anita. You gotta try it. Hi, Lori. How are you? Oh, goodness. I was purposely looking to see which paste jar cover that was, and it wasn't the correct one. Okay, so now we're just gonna take this and we're gonna try to grab it in the center. Now again, you can comment the word flower to get the link to make this yourself. I'm loving that a lot. I think it's perfect for my guest room. And I think it'll be a great piece to put in there. It does look a little bit rustic. It looks a little beat up, but I'm really, really liking that. So I'm actually thinking I might want to come along the edges and maybe hit that with a sanding block and beat it up just a little bit more. Yeah, I'm really liking this one. So let me get this thing dry really quick. Super easy. I literally bought this for $6 a surface from Hobby Lobby. Go check out the clearance aisle. And whenever I look at stuff, anywhere I go pretty much, I think surfaces. What is a surface? Hi Zach, how are you? Thank you, Patsy, I appreciate that. All right, thank you. All right, so now, I don't know if this is gonna make a difference or not, but let's see. It's not making a ton of difference, I'll tell you that. But I've committed, so it's fine. I suppose it's better to have committed than be committed, right? All right, so that is my final product. I'm loving this. I'm not going to do anything to it. I'm not going to spray it. Yes, this is one of the existing transfers. If you comment the word flower, you will get the link to get all the stuff that I used. Plus, in that link is the Creative Kickstart that you get for free this month. Isn't it pretty? Anywho, I love you all so, so much. You can comment the word flower and get the link to this. I love you all. I will see you tomorrow night, okay? Have a great night.